And so I've written down some things in terms of like having a plan about how, you can kind of approach this potentially, because I know a lot of people really resonate with like step processes and stuff. So the first thing is picking up on the fact that I'm feeling lonely. Asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? The next thing is let's really bring some validation and self-compassion to this. It's understandable. You feel lonely. Of course you do. And, this is pretty tough. Mm-hmm. And then the next one is taking action. What's interesting about loneliness is it can be likened to an experience of depression or low mood. And what's interesting about that feeling state is it brings with it an action urge. Now, an action urge is an urge to behave in a certain way in response to a feeling. Mm-hmm. So when we feel sad, the action urge often is to withdraw. Mm-hmm. When we feel anxious, often the action urge is to withdraw also. When we feel happiness, the action urge is often to be active. Okay. So when it comes to working with depression, and in this instance, loneliness, we have to, this is going to sound weird, we have to act better to feel better. So the urge that shows up is that we will want to, for example, not go to that social event because I will only be exposed to feelings of loneliness. Or it might be I don't want to speak to my partner about feeling lonely because that will only just exacerbate or reinforce the fact that I feel lonely. So the action urge that comes with loneliness usually is to withdraw or to, I guess, have inaction. We have to actually take the action before we feel the feeling. Mm-hmm. And a really common example of this in terms of motivation is, for example, starting an exercise regime or starting to exercise in general. Often we feel like we have to wait to feel motivated in order to go. But what we know is that we need to actually do the action before the motivation arrives. So the motivation arrives after we've done the exercise, not before.
Follow your routine, not your mood.
Oh, yep.
That's good.
So this is the same when it comes to the experience of loneliness, is that if we wait to feel better, to connect with people, we will only reinforce this low mood.
Oh, that's so helpful. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah, I'd never heard of action urge before, and it's even being aware of that's a really good thing to know, I reckon, for people, just to understand in a moment of loneliness and people are doing stuff, they go, no, I'll just stay at home, to go, oh, this is my action urge, but I need to act well to be well.